Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jupiter James and this is Astro Motivation, where I awaken the astrologer within you and aim to give you a little inspiration and motivation per unique placement within your birth chart. You know, I really do feel that before a time of iPhones and iPads and this and that, we were a culture and a society that were better able to look up at the stars and understand exactly where our dreams were and how to get them. And so if that sounds good to you, let's go ahead and get into it. Today I'm excited to be bringing you the astrological forecast for January 2026. Happy New Year, you all. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of major events that are going to be taking place in January 2026, and I'm excited to break some of those things down for you all. Okay, first and foremost, we're going to be embarking on a Capricorn new moon. Okay, and this new moon is going to be offering a new season where we are all meant to really get clear and get, you know, a little bit more ambitious on our goals. You know, this is going to be the time where structure and discipline is going to be required of us in order to achieve success in certain areas of our lives. Okay, now a bit later in the month, we are then going to be having a Mars transiting into Aquarius, which is going to be bringing a little bit more, you know, zest and zeal and some energy towards our ability to go after our future. You know, this is that type of energy where you may feel a little bit more inspired to do something different or to shake things up or to go in a different direction. All right, for some of us out there, this may even be the time where we are seeking new friendships or new communities. Okay, and it's going to be different for everyone. Okay, and then lastly, at the end of the month, we are also then going to be having a very cataclysmic transit of Neptune going into Aries, which is going to be offering initially some really murky energy for us all. Okay, this is going to be a time where we're all going to be in a little bit of a transitionary phase where, you know, we're not so satisfied with what has been, but we don't really quite know with what's to come, right? And that's going to be a little bit of a murky type of moment for you. Okay, so I'm excited to dive deeper and get more specific for you depending on your rising sign. So go ahead and tap the appropriate timestamp in the video below and let's dive deep into your January 2026. For my Aries risers, happy January 2026. Happy New Year. We have made it to yet another year. I'm so excited for what's to come. So let's go ahead and break down what's going to be transpiring for you within this month ahead. Okay, so first and foremost, you're going to be having a Capricorn new moon in your 10th house of your career, your legacy, your goals and dreams. And this is going to be a time where this new moon is going to be asking for you to set your sights potentially on something new within the career, right? This is a time where seeds are going to be sown around your legacy, around the title that you carry, the role that you are in within your career. This may be a time that for some of us, you may find that you find yourself in a new job or in a new role, in a new title within career, or you might set your sights on that new title, that new role, that new vision around career for yourself. Okay, but it's going to require discipline. It's going to require hard work. Anything that moves into that 10th house or into Capricorn is always going to require hard work. Hard work is a secret ingredient when it comes to Capricorn energy, especially with it being in your 10th house. Okay, so this is going to be a time where you are going to be inspired to do said hard work. All right, because that dream, that thing that you want around career, it's going to be delicious. It's going to be yummy, and you're going to be excited to kind of go after that thing. Okay, or at the very least plan for it. Now, later in the month, you are going to be having a Mars transit into your Aquarius 11th house, which is going to be bringing a lot of motivation towards the collective for you, right? You may be finding that you want to network more. You may be engaged with the friends a little bit more. You may be excited to put your energy towards your community efforts or your mission in life or just your goals and dreams. Again, it's kind of piggybacking off of that new moon energy in Capricorn where you sow that seed, you get clear on your vision, and now Mars is moving into the 11th house that's giving the energy to be ambitious to go after those long-term dreams and goals for yourself. Okay, so do that. Follow that energy. Okay, become ambitious. Go after it. Do not allow yourself to just think about it and pray about it. Move towards it. Okay, this is initiative type of energy. You may also find that this could be the time where you could be quite social. You could also find that with this energy of the Mars moving into Aquarius, that you could be meant to allow your uniqueness to show a little bit. Don't be afraid to express your unique vision. Don't be afraid to shake things up or do things differently. All right, whether that be you finding a new community of friends or you finding a network or group of people or society or clique or club who reflect your unique vision moving forward, or your different dream moving forward, okay? So this is that time and that energy for you, all right? Now, later in the month, I've saved the best for last for you, because this is gonna be starting a whole new chapter when this Neptune moves into your Aries first house. Now, initially, I must warn you, because when Neptune moves into Aries in your first house, it's gonna leave behind Saturn for a little bit, okay? And so this is gonna be a little bit of a transitionary phase for you, where it's to find your footing a little bit is gonna be a little bit tough. You may feel a little lost, you may feel a little doubtful, you may feel like, what do I want to do? You know, your identity and how you see yourself in life is going to be a bit murky. It's gonna be in a transitionary phase. So right now, rather than, you know, submitting to that lost or kind of nebulous energy, what I would like for you to do is become a little inspired. Use this time to dream. Use this time to brainstorm. Use this time to get inspired, right? You don't have to come to a decision right now, but I do want you to be getting clear on the realm, the ballpark of what you want and how you see yourself, if that makes sense. Because when you do this, you're going to be preparing yourself for the Saturn transit that is going to make its way shortly behind Neptune into your first house, which is going to then be offering you the actual grounding that is needed in order to bring those dreams that you have about yourself to the forefront or out into reality, okay? So Neptune is gonna move into Aries alone, and it is gonna make you feel a little lost, a little nebulous. You may find that your self-identity is a little bit murky, it's a little watery. You don't know if you wanna go left, if you don't wanna go right, if you wanna do this, if you wanna do that. Allow that to be okay. Break out your journal, write things down, brainstorm, get your vision board out, you know, because this is gonna be the first inception of a lot is changing for you, especially within your identity, okay, and who you are, okay? And so you're kind of not meant to have it all figured out just for the short period that Aries is in your first house alone without Saturn, okay? So this is what is going to be transpiring for you for your January 2026. I hope you are excited with this. Let me know if you resonate with this energy, okay? Also, I have a little bit of a mantra for you to help you align to your stars, and yours is going to be, I step into my power with clarity and courage, all right? So without further ado, Happy New Year, my Aries and Aries risers. You take care and be blessed. Bye. For my Taurus risers, happy 2026. Happy January 2026, okay? This is gonna be a start of a whole new cycle for you, okay? Because there's gonna be some exciting transits happening in January 2026, and it's gonna be changing a lot in certain areas for you, okay? So first and foremost, you are going to be experiencing a Capricorn new moon in your 9th house of your belief systems and your worldview and, you know, your educational pursuits if you are in college or if you are planning to go to college. This could also be a new moon around your area of travel. So this is going to be bringing about a new moment where you are meant to get a little bit more serious and ambition towards figuring this area of life for you out, right? This may be a time where a new chapter around traveling, relocating, taking up a new class, taking up a new course, even you getting a little bit more serious about your belief systems and about your life purpose is going to be asked of you at this time, okay? And with that seriousness and a little bit of structure in this area, you will be meant to reap the success that can be gained out of this a little bit further in the future, okay? So sow the seeds right now. You know, do you want to take a class? Do you want to take a course? Do you want to teach a class? Do you want to teach a course? Do you want to publish something at this time? Do you want to take a trip or a vacation? Are your belief systems, are you satisfied with what you believe in as it stands at this time? Your political worldviews, how you see life, what you pray to, are you satisfied in that realm? You know, have those things been working out for you? If not, this may be a time of revision. This may be a time where, like I said, getting serious about this area of life, you may find success comes to you through this area a bit further down the line, okay? This is just a time, the new moon just sows seeds, okay? It's not a harvest, it's a sowing of the seed where you start to think about these things and plant the seeds so that you can reap the benefits a little further down the line, okay? So Later in the month, you are going to be having this Mars in Aquarius, which is going to be in your 10th house of your career legacy, okay? And so this is going to be a time where you're going to be becoming a little bit more ambitious at this time, all right? You're going to be finding that you may be wanting to put all your energy into your career, your legacy, the title that you hold with this energy. This is also a time with Mars in the 10th house to take bold action, all right? This is not a time to color inside the lines. This is not time to play safe. This is not time to do the cookie cutter thing. This is a time to be as visible and as bold as possible, because taking some very direct and kind of bold, courageous moves at this time is going to benefit you, okay? So take those moves, follow that energy, all right? Align to the stars, all right? Now, lastly, to top all this energy off, all right, I saved the best for last for you, because at the end of the month, you are going to be experiencing Neptune is going to transit into your 12th house of Aries, okay, which is going to be bringing you a little bit more inner healing, a little bit more spiritual inspiration at this time. You may even find that this may inspire you to retreat a little bit. Again, it reminds me of the new moon seed that is being sown in your 9th house of your belief systems, of traveling, you know, and so you may find that maybe through that new moon, you get inspired to take a spiritual retreat, or you get inspired to, you know, spiritually connect with someone. This is going to be that type of energy for you, where there is going to be a little bit more spirituality that is going to be offered to you at this time, and really it's not going anywhere, because this is going to be kicking off a 14-year transit for you in this area of life. So you may just find that you are quite connected, or you're going to start working on that spiritual connection a little bit more, okay? It's going to make you very, very intuitive. You're going to be finding that moving forward, your dreams are going to become a little bit more potent, right? You may become a little bit more psychic even with this energy, but healing is definitely key at this time, all right? So let me know if this resonates with you. I would also love to leave you with a little bit of a mantra to help you align to the stars in January 2026. And your mantra is going to be, I expand my vision with grounded purpose. All right. So without further ado, my Taurus and Taurus risers, I'm wishing you all the best, much prosperity and abundance. Happy New Year. You take care and be blessed. Bye. For my Geminis and Gemini risers, happy January 2026. We made it to yet another year. OMG. Okay, so I'm excited to break down some of the energy that is going to be transpiring for you in this month ahead. Okay, so first and foremost, you are going to be experiencing a Capricorn new moon in your 8th house of shared resources, change and transformation, intimate bonds and vulnerability, okay? And so, and also your taxes and debts. And so this new moon is going to be offering a new beginning in this area of life. You may find that through this energy of the new moon in Capricorn, you get a little bit more serious about this area, right? Maybe this is going to be a time of internal reflection and internal refinement, where you really do rework at your relationship towards your intimate bonds, or the money that you share with you and a loved one, or you and a mate, or you and a family member. This is also going to be the time where you may find that you get serious about your taxes, you get serious about your debts. Things of that nature can come about with this energy, but definitely do expect a new moon, all right, in this area of life, okay, or a new beginning rather, okay? So that is what is going to be transpiring for you at the top of the month. Now, later in the month, you're going to be having this Mars in Aquarius in the 9th house of your belief systems, of your dreams and goals, you know, your belief systems, your educational pursuits, and you know, your worldview. And this is going to be a time with this Mars and Aquarius in your 9th house where you may be inspired to travel. You may find that you're putting a lot of your energy in getting a little bit more clear on your worldview, on what you believe in and who you pray to or what you pray to. This is going to be that type of energy where you're also being asked to dive a little deeper in your unconventional dreams, your unconventional belief systems and worldview. You know, you as a Gemini riser are not meant to kind of have a similar belief systems as those around you. They're always meant to be a little unconventional and ever changing. And so this may be a time with this Mars transiting into your 9th house where you're meant to dive a little deeper into that, where you're putting a little bit more energy into that. You know, you figuring out again what you believe in, how you see the world, what your philosophies are. Also, you could just be traveling, right? You could be putting a lot of your energy into schooling or higher education, all right? So this is that energy. You may even be taking up a new class or a new course at this time with the Mars transiting into your 9th house. Now, last but not least, I've saved the biggest energy for last, okay? Because for you, you're gonna be having a Neptune transit into Aries 11th house, which initially is gonna be bringing you some new inspired energy around your future, around where you see yourself in 10 years time. You know, this is gonna be also a moment where you may want to match your dreams with the friends that are around you or the communities that you immerse yourself into. This may even be a time where you could be seeking out a little bit more of a creative community, a little bit more of a spiritual community, a little bit more of a healing type of community, right? This is that type of energy. But one thing is for certain is that, you know, initially there may be some murky energy around this, right? You may wake up around this transit and feel like, you know what, I want to do something in my life that is a little bit more compassionate, a little bit more spiritual, a little bit more creative, a little bit more healing, or I want friends who are that way, or I want to immerse myself into a community that is that way. But when Neptune moves into that 11th house alone and it has no grounding or no footing, you may ask yourself, yeah, that is what I want, but how am I going to get there? What is the first move or the first step to do that? You know, how do I find that? And so do know that this is just a time to dream and not to so much, you know, conceive or to have or see that within your reality right now. This is just a time to brainstorm around those things, okay? So this is just setting you up for the Saturn that is going to come shortly behind this Neptune, okay? So this is just a little bit of a transitionary phase. So do expect for you to be a little bit nebulous around your future, a little bit more nebulous around what it is you want to do in 10 years, 5 years time, you know, and just, you know, probably break out your vision board is what I suggest. Break out your vision board, you know, start to really scrapbook and put some things down on paper or journal around where you see yourself in 10 years, what you want to do, what you dream of. And then when that Saturn shortly comes up behind this Neptune, you'll be given the grounding and the effort and the energy to then make those dreams a reality, okay? So this is just a time to dream big, all right? This is just a time to get the what out there, not the how, all right? So that is what's gonna be transpiring for you within this month ahead, okay? So I'm so excited for you. Let me know if this resonates with you, and I will be seeing you on the next video. You take care and be blessed. Bye. For my Cancer risers, happy January 2026. We've made it to yet another year, and I'm so excited to be breaking down some of the energy that is going to be transpiring for you in January, okay? So for you, at the top of the month, do know that you're going to be experiencing a Capricorn new moon in your 7th house of your committed partnerships, your social life, your love and marriage, and this is going to be a new beginning in this area, okay? This is going to be a time where you are needing to get a little bit more serious and structured around building healthier and more stable bonds, okay? This is that type of energy, and it's going to be creating a little bit of a new beginning. Now, this is a time to sow seeds in this area. It's not time to experience the full totality of that energy, but at the top of the month, you may just start to feel like, you know what, I need to get serious about the people in my life, all right? I need to create more established bonds, or I need to create a little bit more of a deeper bond with someone, and that is going to be starting off and kicking off the energy of the month, okay? And you may find that later in the month or later down the line, these things start to come to fruition, okay? Now, moving forward, you are going to then be experiencing a Mars and Aquarius transit in your 8th house, okay? And so this is gonna be the house of like your vulnerability, your shared resources and finances. This is the energy of your sex, you know, things of that nature. So this may be giving you a lot of energy in this area. You may be really putting your all into maybe figuring out your taxes, figuring out your debts, you know, you being someone that dives deeper into your closer ties or closer, more either romantic or deep bonds with others. You know, this is going to be that time where you may even be finding that you want to stand up for yourself within the ties that truly matter to you on a deep level, okay? This is not going to be a time where you avoid those things, because do know normally when you have that Aquarius in your 11th house, you may avoid or detach from those areas of life. You know, anything that tries to get too deep within you, or when people try to get too close to you, things of that nature, you may find that you're just like, I don't want to get vulnerable with that person or that thing or that situation, or I don't want to let my taxes and finances get to me, so you just detach. But with that Mars moving into the 8th house, this is a time where you face it head on. You know, this is going to be a time where if you need to have a deep conversation with someone and share and bare your soul, you're going to be ready to do that. Okay, this is going to be the time that if your your taxes, your debts, your hidden finances that may have kind of accumulated, that may have scared you and made you detach normally, this is going to be the time where you face those things head on. Okay, and this may even be an area where you find that your libido kind of increases as well, making you someone that, again, you may want to get intimate at this time. All right, that you may find that you are open to being vulnerable, open to, you know, well, I can't quite say it on YouTube, but I hope you catch my drift. All right, but that's what's going to be happening for you in this area of life. Now, later in the month, there's going to be this huge, ginormous shift with Neptune moving into Aries, and that's going to be happening in your 10th house of your legacy and your career and the role and the title that you have. And when Neptune moves into Aries initially, do know that this is going to be somewhat of a transitionary phase for us all. But for you, this is going to be a transitionary phase for you within your career life. And you may find that the career can, although there's going to be a lot of inspiration around career and there's going to be a little bit of a soul level intention towards career, you may find that initially to find your footing in that will be a little bit murky or somewhat hard to do, right? Your ability to kind of get out of your head and really get into the actionary phase of things could be tough, because Neptune moving into Aries alone with no grounding is going to be, you know, it's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. It's going to be nebulous. So do know that right now with Neptune moving into your Aries 10th house, this is not a time to, you know, see the full totality of what is being brewed here. This is a time to kind of brainstorm. This is a time to dream big in this area of life, right? This is a time to kind of write down in your journal how you see yourself. You know, this is a time to kind of manifest or to sow some seeds around what you want your title to be in your career, or what you want it to be for the rest of your, really the next 14 years, okay? So because it's kicking off quite a huge cycle. Neptune moving into that Aries 10th house is going to be there for the next 10 years. So like, or 14 years. So it's important for you at this time to really, from a soul level, ask yourself, what do I see myself truly doing and being seen as my legacy in life, and writing that down in a journal. And right now, like I said, it's not a time for you to, you know, figure out how you're going to make that happen. It's just about getting the dream solidified in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, okay? Because when Saturn shortly thereafter moves into your 10th house and couples up with Neptune, that's when you're going to be getting the grounding. That's when you're going to be finding your way. That's when you're going to be finding, oh, okay, I need to go in that direction, or that's what I need to do. Oh, those are the systems I need to put in play to make that thing a reality. But right now, while Neptune is on its own, that is not going to be a possibility. And so right now, this is just a time to brainstorm, to get your vision board out, get your journals out, and decide for yourself, where do I see myself within my career for the next 14 years, okay? So that is what I have for you for your January 2026. I would love to leave you with a little bit of a mantra, okay? Your mantra is going to be, I align my heart and ambition as one, okay? So without further ado, I'm wishing you all the best, a happy new year, a successful new year, and you have a good one. Bye. For my Leo risers, happy January 2026. We have made it to yet another year, and I'm so excited to be giving you the astrological forecast for the month ahead, okay? So first and foremost, at the top of the month in January, you're going to be experiencing a Capricorn new moon in your 6th house of your daily routines, your health, your work, your service. And this is going to be offering you a moment to sow new seeds and start a new beginning around how you handle your routines, what job you do, maintaining consistency and structure within how you live your life and your lifestyle is going to be asked of you at this time. This may be the time where you're finding that you want to get a little bit more disciplined within the gym, your diet, your health, your fitness, your work ethic. This is a new beginning in this area of life. You may get a little bit more serious, and that's good, okay? But do not expect the new moon to give you the full totality of this energy, right? It's a new moon, so it's a time for you to set those seeds and work on them, and you will feel the harvest and see the results of your hard work a little bit down the line, okay? That's what a new moon is. A new moon, you sow the seeds, okay? And then later down the line, you see it blossom, okay? So I'm excited for you to get a little bit more structure within how you handle your day, your routine, your diet, okay? Even your job, okay? So now, later in the month, you're going to be having a Mars in Aquarius transit to your 7th house, okay? And so do know that this is going to be bringing a lot of energy and inspiration towards your social activity, towards your love life, towards your marital partner, towards finding a marital partner. You're going to be finding that you are getting very, very bold and courageous in the area of your social life. You may even find that this can bring up a time where, you know, bold conversations or bold moves within your social life are going to be taken for you, okay? So this is quite that type of energy at this time. You may just be a little bit more socially, you know, social than usual. Maybe even you putting yourself out there in a very bold way can be seen with this energy as well, all right? So that is what is going to be transpiring for you within that energy in that transit. Now, last but not least, you're going to be having this Neptune in Aries transit in your 9th house of your belief systems, okay? Of your area of travel, your area of higher education, how you see the world. And so this is going to be bringing a time of like expansive purpose. You may find that you are getting super deeply soul level inspired at this time, right? Around your soul purpose in life, you know, your belief systems, they may become a little bit more spiritually sound, or you may find that you become a little bit more compassionate or a little bit more spiritual or a little bit more creative. You know, do be careful though at this time, because when you have a Neptune transiting into your 9th house alone, it's not going to really have anything to kind of grab onto. So you may find that this area could be susceptible to idealism. Be careful of that, all right? It's beautiful to dream. I want you to dream. This is a time to dream, but be careful of idealism or being led astray during this time. Be careful of anyone kind of selling you a pipe dream at this time and it sounds amazing, it sounds great, because that is something that can happen when you have a Neptune moving into your 9th house of your overall purpose and how you see the world and what your worldview is. This is a very sensitive time where you could be very gullible, or you could be like a sponge. So just be careful. I would say use this energy right now to dream big, or to, you know, really get clear on what you truly believe in spiritually or creatively, or, you know, things of that sort. And once you do those things, you're going to be finding then that Saturn kind of trails behind this Neptune in your Aries 9th house, giving you the grounding to make those things a reality, okay? So this is a time for you that I'm really excited for you, all right? You're going to be really driven to growth spiritually, and you may also find that your intellectuality within you rises to the surface a bit more, all right? So I would love to leave you with a little bit of a mantra. Your mantra is going to be, I create with discipline and dream with clarity, okay? That's going to be your mantra for January 2026. Let me know if this resonates with you. Let me know if you have any unique planets in any of the houses that I've just described for you, because that can change this analysis just a tiny bit. But without further ado, I am wishing you all the best, much prosperity and abundance. You take care and be blessed. Bye. For my Virgo risers, happy January 2026. I'm so excited to be bringing you the astrological forecast for the month ahead, okay? So at the top of the month, do know that you are going to be having a Capricorn new moon in your 5th house of your creative world, your children if you have them, your dating life, your romantic world. And so do know that this is going to be sowing new seeds around this area. You may find that you are getting very serious about your play in life, about your joy, around your creative hobbies, around you getting out and letting your hair down a little bit more. This may be a time where you are being offered a new beginning in this area, where you're meant to plant seeds that you will see that will like kind of come to fruition a little bit later in life or later down the line, okay? So this is a time of new beginnings in this area of life. And should you get serious about this area, right? It's kind of ironic, this energy, when you have a Capricorn in your 5th house, you are meant to get serious about your fun in life in order to have it. You're meant to get serious about your romantic life in order to have it. And so with this new moon moving here, you are meant to get serious about this area so that you are able to experience it a bit more, okay? This is a time to launch a passion project. This is a time to, you know, refresh your relationship to joy and creativity. And so I'm excited for what is going to be unfolding for you later down the line, should you align to this energy, okay? Now, a little bit later in the month, you're going to be having a Mars transit into your Aquarius 6th house, all right? And the 6th house is all to do with your work and with your routines in life, your health, your diet, your fitness. And you may be finding that you are going to be inspired to take the necessary inspired steps to get this area a little bit more healthy, a little bit more productive, right? This is that area where you're going to be quite motivated, okay? It gives me very much top of the year energy, right? Where you're in the gym, you are following your schedule, you're on top of what needs to be done, you're checking things off of your to-do list, you're just going to be kind of putting all your energy in this area of life. And I could guess the things that are going to tire you out this month is you doing what you need to do to get things done during your day and to keep yourself healthy and to get back on top of your health and your diet, your fitness and your work ethic, okay? So this is that type of energy that is going to be transpiring for you. Now, last but not least, this is going to be the biggest transit of, I'd say, 2026, but really for your lifetime, because this Neptune is going to be transiting into your 8th house of your inner world, your inner secrets, transformation, your deep bonds, your intimate bonds, your shared resources with other people. And so this is going to be a time with this Neptune transit to your, your Aries 8th house, where you are going to be finding that a lot of deep emotional truths are going to rise to the surface, and you're going to be quite intuitive at this time, right? And this intuition that is going to be offered to you is going to reveal new, deep, hidden truths that have been latent within you to the surface, okay? And you're going to need to address them at this time, okay? So this is what's going to be offered to you in this area. Now, initially, you may find it's there, you feel it, but you may not be able to quite put your finger on what the issue at hand may be internally, all right, or around your relationship to intimacy or shared resources and finances or deep things that need to be hidden. You will have an inkling of what needs to be healed and what needs to be addressed, but to put your finger on it quite certainly will be a little bit murky, because this is a transitionary phase for you. When Neptune moves into your 8th house alone, it's not going to have much footing or much grounding to really give you that concrete idea of what needs to be addressed in this area, okay? And so this is just a time to feel your way through. It's not a time to have the answer. It's not a time to really know what needs to be addressed. You're just gonna need to feel your way through during this tiny little transitionary phase, because trust me, when Saturn then transits into that 8th house and couples up with that Neptune shortly after, you are going to get that concrete answer. You are going to be taking the necessary steps to get your, taxes and your finances under control, and your shared resources with you and a loved one under control, your relationship to vulnerability and trust and change in life. That's going to be the time where you are going to start to understand what needs to be done. But right now, with Neptune just transiting into your Aries alone, solo dolo, this is a time to just feel your way through it, okay? This is a time to kind of just, allow it to be something that's circling in the background, all right? So that is what is going to be transpiring for you for your January 2026. Let me know if this resonates with you. Let me know if you have any unique planets in the houses that I just mapped out for you, because that may change the analysis just a tiny bit. And if you write that in the comments below, I'll write back to you exactly for you what can be transpiring for you for your January 2026 specifically, okay? But I would love to leave you all with a little bit of a mantra for your January 2026. And yours is going to be, I express boldly and heal deeply at this time, okay? So without further ado, I'm wishing you all the best, my Virgo and Virgo risers. You take care, Happy New Year, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye. For my Libra risers, happy January 2026. Happy New Year, okay? We've made it to yet another year and I'm so excited to be bringing you the astrological forecast for the month ahead, okay? So first and foremost, you are going to be experiencing a Capricorn new moon in your 4th house of home and family and your emotional foundation. And this is gonna be offering you a new beginning, a new chapter where you're meant to get a little bit more serious around this area of life, you know, around your living situation, around your role in your family, around you taking responsibility for your own home, your own family, and your ability to make yourself cozy and emotionally secure, okay? This is a new beginning in this area, so really do follow this energy's lead, okay? Because you are meant to become a little bit more responsible around your inner emotional world, and that kind of starts with you being someone that takes responsibility for your external living situation, you know, decorate it in the way that you want it, set it up in a way that you want it, you know, things of that nature are going to be asked of you, all right? Now, later in the month, you're going to be having a Mars in Aquarius transit, which is going to be transiting into your 5th house of play and joy and romance and children if you have them. And do know that this is going to be quite an exciting time for you, because with Mars moving into your Aquarius 5th house, this could be a time where you're putting a lot of energy into picking up a passion project. This could be a time where you are out having fun, you're out letting your hair down, you know, you could be diving deeper into romantic endeavors and activities, things of that nature can be seen. So this is quite a very fun type of energy when Mars moves into your Aquarius, 5th house. But also do know that this could even be the time with the Mars moving into your 5th house that you may immerse yourself into a community of friends or a community of people who share a common hobby, a common creative interest as you, okay? So that's quite exciting energy. Use this energy to play with. Use this energy to allow your deepest creativity to come out and be seen, all right? So that is what's gonna be transpiring for you as well. Now, later in the month, you're gonna be having a shift. Neptune is gonna transit into your Aries 7th house, which is gonna be setting the tone for the next 14 years. And I really do want you to open your ears during this moment and heed my warnings, okay? Because when Neptune transits into your 7th house, it's gonna be going there solo for a tiny bit. And so this may make your relationships a little murky, okay? You may be looking at the people around you with a little bit of like rose-colored glasses or fantasy or illusion. So be careful of this, okay? You may even be inspired to connect with those who are like your soul family or your soul community or your soul tribe, so to speak, right? This is gonna be a moment where you could even be attracting new people to you that feel like your soul family or that are a little bit more spiritual, healing, or creative. But the warning, the cautionary tale here is that when Neptune moves into that 7th house alone, you must be careful of who is in your life. That doesn't mean the present people in your life are going to do anything. It just means that right now I wouldn't sign any new contracts. I wouldn't get into any endeavors in this short period of time, because when Neptune moves into the 7th house, sometimes you won't be able to see people quite clearly at this time, okay? That's why it's a little bit of a murky moment, okay? So what I will say is do move into the direction of people that are a little bit more spiritual, a little bit more healing, a little bit more creative. Link up with people who make you feel seen on a soul level, right? Do not sign any contracts. Do not lock any long-term partnerships or business partnerships or even love relationships down at this time. Do not, okay? Just for this initial moment, okay? Because I would wait until the Saturn transit comes up behind that Neptune, because that's going to be offering you a little bit more grounding and clarity that is needed in this area of life, okay? So that is what's going to be happening for you, my Libra and Libra risers. Know that I'm wishing you all the best. I would love to leave you with a little bit of a mantra. Your mantra is going to be, I build from the heart with fearless vision. Okay, that's going to be your mantra. And also let me know if you have any unique planets in any of the houses that I've mapped out for you, because that will definitely change this analysis just a tiny bit. And if you write that in the comments below, I will write back to you what is going to be transpiring for you specifically within January 2026. Okay, so without further ado, I am wishing you all the best, a happy new year, much prosperity and abundance. You take care. Bye. For my Scorpio and Scorpio risers, happy January 2026. I'm so excited to be bringing you the astrological forecast for this month ahead, okay? So first and foremost, do know that at the top of the month, you're going to be experiencing a Capricorn new moon in your third house of your relationships with those in your immediate environment, your communication, your thought process, things of that nature is going to be undergoing a little bit of a new chapter, a little bit of a rebirth, okay? This may be the time where you are getting very serious around how you speak, how you communicate, how you express yourself. This may even be the time where you are setting your intentions to speak your truth or share your thoughts and opinions with those around you, or you putting out a writing project or your ideas, okay? So this is going to be a time where this new beginning, this new chapter, this new moon is going to be offering you the energy to create your intentions around how you want to be, received by others through what you say, through what you know. But it's going to require you to work at this area, okay? Anything touching Capricorn energy, it requires work. It just doesn't drop out of the sky, okay? So this is a time to get serious about this area of your life. You may need to have a hard conversation with someone. You may need to look in the mirror and say, hey, I need to start speaking up for myself. I need to start speaking a little bit more clearly. I need to start speaking with my chest, right? This may be that time for you where you get clear on this area of life. I need to solve that relationship with my sibling. I need to get clearer with my neighbor or the people in my immediate environment. This is that time for you, okay? So really do sow that seed and you will see the fruition of the hard work that you are doing a little bit down the line, all right? Now, later in the month, you're going to be having a Mars and Aquarius in your fourth house of home and family. And so you may find that this may be the time where you are being given the energy to strengthen your family roots or your family ties, or just your inner foundational world, right? You may find that you're quite motivated to decorate your apartment in the way that you want it, or you're quite motivated to establish your role within your family or within the way that your home works and is run. This is that time where you're putting a lot of energy into your home life, your family life, and more importantly, your inner emotional world, all right? So follow that energy accordingly and you will be feeling good. You will be feeling joyous. You will be feeling settled, all right? Especially within the home and within your heart. Now, later in the month, you are going to be having a very, very transformative Neptune transiting into your Aries 6th house. Now, this is going to be setting the tone for the next 14 years for you, okay? Neptune is a very slow transit and it's going to be going into your 6th house. And so when it goes into your 6th house, this is going to be offering you that much needed compassion around how you handle your day, how you handle your routine, how hard you go. I know when you have an Aries in that 6th house, you are just, you are the Energizer Bunny. You're always going, you're always doing, you're always, fixing, you're always checking something off that to-do list. You're always worried about the health. Things of that nature can be seen. But now with Neptune transiting into your 6th house, it's going to be offering you a little bit more of a softer energy, a little bit more of a compassionate energy. You may find that you may want to pick up more homeopathic remedies, or you may want to do something a little bit, linked to your spirituality a little bit, right? You may want to pick up yoga. You may want to do somatic therapy. You may find that even your job may take on that tone where you are finding that maybe you want to put yourself in a role where you are able to express your spiritual healing or creative side a bit more. So really do be following that energy. Now, initially, I will say this, when Neptune moves into your 6th house of Aries, everything that I just said may be a little bit of a dream in your head. It may just be something that you're thinking about doing. You may say, I've been going hard for the past couple of years. I think I want to relax a little bit, or I want to work smarter and not harder, right? But that will be just a dream in the initial phases of this Aries moving into your 6th house. And so do know that right now, this is not a time to completely get that dream and idea to be something that is a set system or something that you're actually going to be seeing in reality at this moment, but it is a dream that is being sown in the mind, and it's going to be a little murky. The how is going to be a little bit murky. Hey, how do I make my job or the role that I'm doing in my career a little bit more spiritual, or a little bit more creative, or a little bit more healing, right there? That's going to be the question mark. But do know that the dream is there. And so do know that this is a time where you aren't meant to have the answer right now. Because when Neptune moves into your Aries 6th house alone, it doesn't have any footing. It doesn't have any grounding in reality yet, right? So it's meant to be a dream that you're working on, all right? Now, when Saturn soon after trails behind and conjuncts your Neptune, that is when you will then be able to take those dreams around whatever it is you want to do within your career, however it is you want to handle your routines and schedules, out into reality, okay? So right now, pump the brakes, feel your way through it. It's okay to not know how or the direction of. Just know that it is something that you are meant to be dreaming and scheming about right now in your heart, in your mind, all right? Around your daily routine, around your schedule, around your health, okay? And so that is what's going to be happening for you in January 2026. Let me know if this resonates with you. Also, let me know if you have any unique planets or points in any of the houses that I just mapped out for you, because that will definitely change and alter this analysis just a tiny bit. And so if you write that in the comments below, I'll definitely write back to you what you could be experiencing in January 2026 specifically. But I would love to leave you with a little bit of a mantra before I go. And your mantra is going to be, I speak with intention and act from inspiration, okay? So without further ado, my Scorpios and Scorpio risers, I'm wishing you a happy new year, a prosperous new year, many blessings, much health, okay? And you take care and be blessed. Bye. For my Sagittarius and Sagittarius risers, happy new year. Happy January 2026. I'm so excited to be bringing you the astrological forecast for the month ahead, okay? So we've got some exciting transits on the docket for you, and I'm excited to break these down for you, okay? So first and foremost, what you are going to be embarking on at the top of the month is this Capricorn new moon in your second house of your values, of what you deem important in life, your finances, your money, and your self-worth. And this is going to be a time where you are meant to kind of have a new beginning around this area of life, right? This new moon is going to be offering you the chance to reset some money goals and reset some of your sense of inner value or what you deem important in life, okay? So really do be trying to align to this energy at time. Go back to the drawing board a little bit, see what what your relationship is to your personal self-worth, your self-value systems, how you relate with money, and get serious about it. Get serious about this area of life, and you will find that through the hard work from you sowing those seeds, you will see a little bit more success in this area around finances and money and your personal self-confidence a little bit down the line, a little bit later in the year, okay? So that is going to be the first energy transpiring for you in January, okay? Now, later in the month, you're going to be having a Mars and Aquarius in your third house. Now, this is going to be the area of your communication, okay? This is the area of your thought process, of your mind. And with the Mars going into Aquarius in the third house, you might find that you are becoming extremely mental or mentally agile at this time, right? There's going to be a lot of cerebral activity happening in the mind. You're going to be communicating very robustly and boldly, so watch out, watch your words at this time, because you could just let it slip at this time all of a sudden for some reason, right? You could be moving very fast, right? Especially on like projects and connections and networking and things of that nature. But the cautionary tale here is to watch out for your words being a bit too harsh or too abrupt or too direct. It can be a good thing, but that may be the thing that may be the little thorn that you need to watch out for, because Mars going to the third house is going to make you a live wire within what you are saying and what you are communicating about, okay? So also watch out for fights and arguments with the siblings or the neighbors with this energy. Try to really put this energy into something productive, okay? Write, journal, speak, buy a microphone, start a podcast. Use this energy productively, okay? All right, now later in the month, this is going to be one of the biggest transits of really our lifetime, and yours as well, okay? This Neptune transiting into Aries is going to be a new 14-year cycle for you in the area of love, romance, your play, your personal joy in life, and children if you have them. And so this is going to be bringing about a very, very creative spirit within you, okay? You might find that you want to create from a place from your soul, you know, from a place of spirituality, a place of healing. You may even find that you may want to link all three of those things together, that what you dive into creatively is something that you may want to heal others with, and that is also tied to spirituality in some way, shape, or form. Same is going to be true within your love life. You may find that this is going to be a time where you are looking for soul level partners, not just people to date or people to be with. No, you want people who feel like they are a part of your grander mission, your larger purpose, your destiny in this area of life, okay? So this is going to be quite an energy for you. Now, everything that I just said in the area of love, dating, romance is going to be initially a little bit of a dream in your mind, because when Neptune moves into Aries alone in your 5th house, it doesn't quite have footing, all right? It's going to be a little nebulous. It's going to be just that. It's going to be a dream, all right? So you might be asking yourself, okay, but how do I do that? How do I find a creative hobby that feels spiritual, healing, or creative? How do I find lovers that are spiritual, healing, and creative, right? Right now, you're not meant to know the how. You're just meant to kind of conceive the what. You're meant to dream about the what in this area. And this is just going to be for a small moment of time, a small little window, okay? Because shortly after, then you're going to be having a Saturn transit into your 5th house, which is going to be giving you that grounding that is needed to work at this area. And I'll be here letting you know when that happens, okay? But right now, this is just a time to dream big in this area, to get to set your intentions around how you want to handle your joy, the creative hobbies that you want to partake in, you know, things of that nature can be seen, okay? Now, let me know if this resonates with you. Let me know if there are any unique points or planets within any of the houses that I just mapped out for you, because that can definitely change or alter this analysis just a tiny bit. And if you write that in the comments below, I'll write back to you exactly what that could mean for you specifically in January 2026. But this looks like quite an exciting month for you, all right? I would love to leave you with a little bit of mantra to help you align yourself to your stars. And your mantra is going to be, I value myself and create what inspires me, okay? So I love that. Now, I'm wishing you all the best. A happy new year, my Sagittarius and Sagittarius risers. This is going to be one for the books for you. You take care and be blessed. Bye. For my Capricorn and Capricorn risers, happy January 2026. Happy New Year. I'm so excited to be bringing you the astrological forecast for the month ahead. And so let's go ahead and dive deep into it. So first and foremost, at the top of the month, you're going to be having a Capricorn new moon in your 1st house of self, of your appearance, of your route in life, your identity. And so this new moon is going to be offering you a whole new chapter around who you are, you know, how you see yourself, where it is you want to go in life. And so really do be taking this moment seriously. This is a time to really self-reflect. This is a time to sow some seeds around what it is you want to do in life, where it is you want to go, the direction you want to move towards, the legacy you want to build. Really do get clear in this moment, okay? Really do get clear on those themes in life, because this is a whole new chapter for you, okay? This is a powerful new start in how you show up in the world, all right? Now, later in the month, you are going to be having a Mars in Aquarius transit to your 2nd house of your finances, your money, your self-worth. And this is going to be a time where you are quite motivated to make that money, quite motivated to be a little bit more confident in making money or following your unique and unconventional value systems, okay? This is a time to take energetic steps to earn what you deserve, okay? And to also value what you bring to the table, all right? So that is what's gonna be happening through that energy, all right? Now, later in the month, this is gonna be quite a cataclysmic type of transit for you, because this is gonna be setting the tone for the next 14 years for you when this Neptune transits into your Aries 4th house of home, of family, of your home, your family, okay? So this is gonna be a time when the Neptune transits into your 4th house, where initially you may struggle to find your footing a little bit, right? You may know that you want peace. You may know that you want a foundational like type of home for yourself, and you may really dream of that, but to get it may be hard initially, just for a small little window, okay? Stay with me. Now, with this energy, do know that this is going to be bringing up a time where you are going to be meant to really search for peace within your inner emotional world at this time, okay? And in you doing so, that's going to permeate through into your living situation, to your home life, into the role that you carry in your family, all right? Your emotional world is really gonna soften, and you're gonna find that it's gonna come with more intuition, all right? And so do know that this moment of feeling a little bit lost or confused around your living situation is only going to be for a tiny moment, and it's offering you a moment just to kind of feel your way through a little bit. You're not meant to quite have the answers around your home life, around where it is you want to live, around having a foundation of what your role is within the career, or you know, within your living situation, but do know that you're meant to feel your way through it. It's a time of softening for you. And like I said, this is going to become who you are moving forward, okay? Where you are going to become a softer being at your core, which is needed, all right? And when Saturn transits into your fourth house, it's going to give this dream, it's going to give this nebulous feeling around the area of home and family a little bit more structure, okay? So right now, this is not a time to know the how, it's just a time to conceive the what, okay? It's a time to journal and write down on a piece of paper how it is you see your home life, how you see your relationship with your family, what you see it as moving forward, what you want to do within a cozy space and cozy living environment, how it is you are morphing and changing and transforming at a soul deep level. That is what you are meant to be kind of journaling and dreaming about at this time. And you will find that when Saturn transits into that fourth house and meets up with your Neptune, that is when you're going to do the necessary physical real world steps to make that a reality. But right now, this is just a time to dream about those things and feel your way through, okay? So let me know if this resonates with you, because that's what's going to be transpiring for you for your January 2026. Also, let me know if there are any unique points or planets within any of the houses that I just described for you, because that will definitely change and alter the analysis for you. So if you write that in the comments below, I'll write back to you what that could be happening for you in January 2026. But without further ado, my Capricorn and Capricorn risers, I'm so excited for you in your next chapter in this new year for you, okay? It's a time to really, really go for the gusto and go for the gold, all right? Now, without further ado, I'm wishing you all the best, much prosperity and abundance. You take care and be blessed. Bye. For my Aquarius and Aquarius risers, happy January 2026. Happy New Year. We've made it to yet another year, and I'm so excited to be breaking down January for you, all right? So there's a lot of interesting energy that is going to be happening for you, okay? So at the top of the month, do know that you are going to be experiencing a Capricorn new moon, okay? And this is going to be in your 12th house of your spiritual connection, your inner world, your inner life, you know, your ability to retreat, unseen forces, things of that nature. And this is going to be quite an intuitive time for you, all right? When the moon transits into your 12th house, you may find that this pulls you inward emotionally. You may find that you are finding emotional comfort through spiritual practices, through tapping into your spirituality, through healing yourself through therapy or travel, things like that. You may find this is where you are going to be placing your emotional energy. Now, this new moon is also going to be setting up a new chapter in this area where you are setting your intentions with a little bit more of a spiritual focus, okay? This is a time where you're going to be like dreaming big around your goals and your dreams, but from a little bit more of a spiritual place, if that makes sense, okay? Now, moving forward, you are going to be experiencing a Mars and Aquarius transit to your first house of you, okay? To kick off the new year, you're going to be finding all of this energy and courage and you know, bold initiative within who you are, okay? And you're going to be taking some bold steps forward, all right? You're going to be like, look out world, here I come. I'm doing it. Everybody better move out my way. You are going to really be given a dose of what I like to call a cosmic Red Bull. You know, you're going to be feeling quite energetic, and you're going to be feeling good and confident and ready to take your life by the horns, okay? So use this energy at this time to be your most unique, your most authentic, because in doing so, it is going to carve out your unique one-of-a-kind path, and it's going to help you move towards your true dreams and your true goals in life, and maybe even you finding the proper friends and community to do it with, all right? So that is what can be seen. Now, I also have for you at the end of the month is going to be a Neptune transit into Aries, which is going to be kicking off a 14-year cycle for you in your third house of your communication, your speaking abilities, your relationship with those in your immediate environment, like your siblings and your neighbors. And you may find that this becomes quite an imaginative time for you. You may find that in your mind, you are becoming incredibly spiritually tapped in. You're becoming incredibly nebulous. You're becoming incredibly you know, healing within your speech, creative within your speech. This is that time where you are going to be finding that. Now, initially, do know that when Neptune moves into your third house, initially, you may find that because it's kind of riding solo and Neptune doesn't have really anything to grab onto to make it real, you may find that you're going to be feeling this way in the mind, but when you speak it, it comes out all garbled, or it comes out as in gibberish, or you find that people around you can't quite understand where you're coming from or what vision you're putting down, right? Because it's a bit too fluid, it's a bit too nebulous, right? So this is just a time to kind of feel your way through it. It's not quite a time for you to express these dreams and these nebulous things happening in the mind. It's time to just get kind of creative, maybe offer an outlet with it behind closed doors, right? Use that energy and that inspiration that you're having in your mind, put it down on paper, or put it into a song, or put it into your writing, things like that. I would suggest just for this moment, okay? Bear with me, because shortly after, Saturn is then going to transit into your third house, where you're going to be finding that you're going to work at bringing those dreams and those nebulous creative ideas out into the world, okay? But right now, this is not a time to do that. This is just a time to kind of feel your way through it, to kind of get inspired, to have these downloads that are happening in your mind. You're like putting a thumb on it. You're writing it down in your notes section in your phone. You know, you're writing it down on a piece of paper. You're like, okay, that's something I could be working on, or that's something that I could be doing. I like that idea. Like, allow yourself to just feel your way through it at this time, because like I said, should you try to bring it out at this very moment, you're gonna be a little bit, you may find that people don't quite pick up what you're putting down. And so I would just allow your actions to speak for you at this time. With that Mars in your first house, allow your actions to speak for you. Just do the thing that you want to do, go after the things that you want to go after, and let your actions speak for you louder than words at this time. All right. And like I said, it's just for a moment. All right. Now, I'm not telling you to walk around with a muzzle on, or not say, or, you know, not speak to anyone for this period of time. I'm just saying, allow your energy, allow your action towards your dreams and goals to be louder than any words could ever be expressed from you, to do the talking for you, okay? So that was your reading. I feel like that's what's going to be happening for you within January of 2026. Let me know if this resonates with you, all right? Let me know if you have any unique points or planets within any of the houses that I just mapped out for you, because that will definitely change and alter this analysis just a tiny bit. And if you write that in the comments below, I'll write back to you exactly what could be transpiring for you, all right? But I would love to leave you with a little bit of a mantra, okay? Your mantra is going to be, I lead with vision and speak from truth, all right? Spiritually guided truth, I feel like, all right? So without further ado, I'm wishing you all the best, much prosperity and abundance. You take care and be blessed. Bye. For my Pisces and Pisces risers, happy New Year, happy January 2026. We made it to yet another year, okay? And I'm so excited to be bringing you the astrological forecast for the month ahead, okay? So do know at the top of the month, you're gonna be experiencing a Capricorn new moon in your 11th house of your future dreams, your hopes, your wishes, your friends, and your future goals, okay? And so this is gonna be a time where you're gonna be offered a new beginning in this area of life, all right? This is gonna be a time where you are meant to define what you really want within your community and within your long-term plans and dreams and goals at this time, okay? So really do be getting serious about this area of life, where you see yourself in 10 years time, who it is you break bread with, right? Get serious about this area of life, because you will be finding that once you get serious and you're setting the intention, you will find the fruition of your efforts blossom a little later down the line, okay? So that's what's gonna be happening for you at the top of the month. Now, later in the month, you're gonna then be having a Mars and Aquarius transit to your 12th house, okay? Which is gonna be giving you a little bit more spiritual energy, as far as like you putting more energy into your spiritual connection, your ability to travel long distances, your ability to retreat. You may find that at this time you are off on the coast somewhere, you're traveling, or you are spiritually connecting with yourself or the world around you. This is quite a spiritual time for you, and you're also going to be meant to act on your ability to heal yourself and, you know, work on quiet growth within yourself. This is that time, all right? This is not a time when Mars moves into your Aquarius to put out physical energy and effort, you may find that you could be a bit more tired, a little bit more groggy. But when it comes to anything spiritual or anything healing or anything creative or anything where you are able to retreat and quietly work on yourself, you've got all the energy in the world. Okay, so this is going to be that type of energy when Mars goes into your Aquarius 12th house. It makes you a little bit of a you're a little bit of a spiritual warrior for the time being. You're putting all your energy and all your effort into healing yourself quietly, spiritually communing, spiritually connecting. Things of that nature is what's going to be happening for you through this Mars in Aquarius transit in your 12th house. Now, later in the year, you are going to be having a Neptune transit into your Aries 2nd house. Okay, and this is going to be setting off a new cycle for the next 14 years. Okay, and this is the house of your finances. This is the house of your money and your self-worth. Now, do know this could be a little bit of a murky area for you initially. All right, you may find that when it comes to your self-worth, when it comes to your self-confidence, when it comes to your money and your security and your stability, this area can feel a little foggy. It can feel a little murky because this is a little bit of a transitionary phase right now while Neptune moves into your 2nd house, a little solo dolo. Okay, when Neptune moves into the 2nd house and there's no other planets for it to kind of interact with or find grounding from, it's going to make you a little confused in this area, right? So you may be finding that I want to make money in some very creative ways. I want to make money through something that I am soulfully aligned to, but the how is hard for you to come up with. The general direction of how to make that a reality can be tough. Same is going to be true within your self-worth, your self-confidence. You may find that your ability to really find your center around your self-confidence and how you see yourself can be a bit nebulous. It could be almost out of mind, out of sight a little bit, all right? But do bear with this transit and do bear with me that this is just gonna be for a short amount of time. It's a transitionary moment, okay? And so this is just a moment to kind of dream big around how you wanna make your money, how you see yourself, feel your way through it a little bit. It's not a time for concrete answers or details around how you're gonna make that money or how you're going to find your security at this time. All right, now when Saturn transits behind your 2nd house, that is going to be the time where you are going to find that Neptune is offering you a chance to bring those dreams into reality, where you're going to be getting a little bit more clear on, okay, I can do A, B, and C to make money in a creative way. But that's not going to be for a couple of moments. That's not going to be happening in January, okay? And I'll be here and letting you know when that will transpire for you. But for January, it's going to be a murky moment around this area of life for you, okay? So like I said, just feel your way through it, all right? Your sense of self-worth is transforming, and it's going to be really moving into a little bit more of a spiritually aligned direction. So will your money and your self-worth, okay? So that's what's going to be happening for you in January 2026. Let me know if this resonates with you, all right? Let me know if you have any unique points or planets within your any of the, houses that I just mapped out for you. And if you write that in the comments below, I'll let you know exactly what could be transpiring for you specifically in January 2026, okay? Because this is just a reading for the masses and for the collective, all right? So I would love to leave you with a little bit of a mantra to help you align yourself to these stars and these energies in January. And yours is going to be, I align my soul with what I value the most, okay? So without further ado, my Pisces and Pisces risers, I'm wishing you all the best. Much prosperity and abundance. You take care and be blessed. Bye.